Life comes at us so fast sometimes, it could be a freak explosion.
It's a scene of devastation. It looks like something from a war zone.
A raging fire.
You hear people telling them not to jump, not to jump.
Or a very bad day at the big top.
It was so loud in my head, like it felt like just a bomb went off.
Events that happen in the blink of an eye.
He was trying to murder us.
Situations that can force people to make split-second decisions.
If I had turned 1 second later, it would have ran me over.
Moments that can mean the difference between life and death.
He body checked him. He went flying off his bicycle.
And rides that can make your heart skip a beat.
And he goes, "Go!" And I said, "Are you sure?"
Monumental decisions that can make the jump from paralyzing fear.
And I just said, okay, you know what? I'm doing this.
To the most triumphant moment of a lifetime. Caught on camera in a split second. Imagine a wall of water as tall as a 9-story building, careening towards you at breakneck speed. Now imagine you're standing at the bottom of that wall on a surfboard. It's a life or death proposition.
If you fall there, you're probably not coming home.
A professional surfer and ocean explorer, Garrett McNamara tackles the biggest and baddest waves the ocean has to offer. And it's the promise of a whopper that brings him, girlfriend Nicole Macias, and a video crew to the coast of Portugal in November 2011. What was once a completely individual sport has evolved over time. Tow surfing, where one person on a jet ski pulls another on a surfboard, allows surfers to catch waves that were once out of reach. They were just too far out to paddle to. Simply put, this raises the stakes and the danger level.
Surfing is such a, I don't know, for lack of a better word, maybe a selfish sport. With us, with our surfboard, catching our wave, not wanting anybody else on our wave. With towing surfing, now you have a partner, so there's that relationship, and that all plays on every given moment.
On this day, Garrett is the designated tower. His friends, Al Menny and Andrew Cotton, catch the majority of the waves, while Garrett never even intends to get on his board.
They wanted to surf the left in front of the rocks, and I didn't really want anything to do with that left. If you fall there, you're probably not coming home. So we go back out, and they're like, "Garrett, you go." And I'm like, "No, I'm just driving you guys." And they're like, "Come on, Garrett, you go."
With waves crashing all around him, it doesn't take much to convince this lifelong water adventurer who's been surfing since the age of 11.
Like, okay, I'll take a wave. And we start going out, and he started to try and turn for the first wave. I'm on number two. So then we go over the first wave, and there's this mountain coming at us.
There isn't a moment to lose, and without hesitation, Garrett makes the immediate decision to ride the wave.
And he starts turning perfect to put me on it, and I'm going, slow down, because you got to put the guy right in the right spot.
Strapped to his board, which has a camera mounted right on it, Garrett gets ready to ride.
When we're sitting out there and we're getting ready, I always breathe. I hyperventilate to oxygenate my blood, and then I calm myself down, slow my heart rate down. Usually I just flow right through it and just enjoy it, and this one, I knew if I made any mistakes, it could be my last.
With his breath and body primed, Garrett is towed into the wave.
Then it pulled me up, and it was almost like slow motion. And even though I didn't realize it was going to be that big of a wave, something really felt different.
To avoid getting eaten by this killer wave, Garrett needs to carefully choose the exact moment to let go of the rope.
At the last second, as long as possible, I waited, because I'm always trying to get in the barrel. So I waited to the last second and then turned and went up to go get barreled, and it just kind of, this big mountain of whitewater came, and it was like, I don't know, something came from up top and just landed right on my shoulders. Whereas I'm going down, the chops that are coming up the face are like moguls. Like you're on a mountain of ice with moguls everywhere. It felt like a ton of bricks landed on me, and it kind of squashed me down.
Traveling at 70 miles an hour on his board, with a wall of water coming down on him, this ride is touch and go. And just when it seems like it can't get any more treacherous,
another mountain of white water came from behind, like a train just running me over. When that thing hit me, that's when I was really thinking, come on, stay on the board, stay on the board. And then they hit me again. And I'm thinking, you got to see yourself making it. Know you're going to make it. Think your way through it. And I was just thinking, make it, make it.
Garrett disappears inside the giant mountain of water.
Just kind of gently let me down. Choosh. And I come out and it's like, oh, right on, that was good. And I'm just so hungry. I didn't get the rush. I was so hungry for the rush that I'm like, he picked me up, oh, put me deeper on the next one, put me deeper on the next one. And he looked at me like, this guy's crazy or something.
1 year earlier, Garrett towed his girlfriend, Nicole Macias, into another big one in that very same spot. That moment was also caught on camera in November 2010.
He said, you know, I don't know if you're going to get a wave. I'm just going to pull you up on the board. We're going to drive around, feel the board, make sure you feel comfortable.
And as soon as she gets up, this biggest set of day comes, right? It was like a 20-foot day. Not too big, but still.
The second he pulls me up, it was literally maybe less than a second that I'm standing up. This wave just pops out of nowhere. And he goes, go! And I said, are you sure? And I hesitated. So if I would have maybe gone at that point, I would have been able to come down on my own. But since I hesitated, I held on a little bit longer, and it was kind of like a slingshot.
She lets go of the rope. She comes flying down, and then right at the bottom, she fell off the board. And she's skipping like a little rag doll.
Nicole takes a beating.
When I got to the bottom of the wave, I fell and I skipped like a little rock, like 3 times on the face of the wave. And the whole time I'm like, I'm fine, I'm just gonna pop out the back. Well, I didn't pop out the back, I went over the falls, and in the video you can see my little head and my arms sticking out of, so I, eat it really bad. I got pounded.
Garrett has only seconds to rescue her.
And I come up, and I pretty much don't know where I'm at because I can't see the shore, I can't see the rocks, I don't see Garrett anywhere, I don't see a ski, I don't hear a ski, nothing.
But he is forced to leave her to avoid getting pummeled by another wave himself.
And so I had to go back and circle around because you can't go in. If you don't go in at the right time, you'll miss them.
Everybody's like, yeah, but eventually you'll make it to the beach. You won't. I've seen it suck people all the way down to the point before they're even able to come in, and it just takes you to the impact zone where you just get wave after wave.
So you got pounded all the way to the beach. And then when she was real close to the beach, I'm all, stand up! And then I hadn't gotten pounded there yet, so I didn't know how powerful this wave was.
And then I made it, and I just let the white water take me, and I did like a little spin, and all the guys rush over, and Garrett's just strolling nice and casually like it's no big deal, laughing and clapping, and I'm just like dead.
She's sitting there and exhausted, and I go to hug her and she just falls back. It was pretty heavy.
It may have ended Nicole's big wave career, but it only whetted Garrett's appetite for more.
A lot of people think I'm crazy, and I think everybody's comfortable in different situations. Like, I am very comfortable in the ocean. I feel that I belong out there, and I know what I'm doing, and I have a plan every time I go out there when it's big.
There's something about him that I never worry about him when he's in the water, ever. Even if he probably would have fallen on that wave, I would have known that he was going to be okay. Because he always is.
Garrett not only rode that wave, a world record breaker, but he's not finished yet.
I don't ride horses. I don't jump out of airplanes. I don't even ride motorcycles. But we did find another wave that's a lot bigger, and we will be surfing it soon.
Coming up, a morning commuter train blows right past its stop and crashes into a barrier wall in one of the worst train wrecks ever. When caught on camera in a split second, continues.